call this meeting of the State of New York Mortgage Agency Mortgage Insurance Committee meeting to order.
And I will note that Marge Rogatz is participating via video conference from Champion Office Suites located at 1225 Franklin Avenue, Suite 325, Garden City, New York. And request a motion and second to call to order the July 14, 2016 meeting of the Sunny Mae Mortgage Insurance Committee. The motion and second recorded will be used for all action items before the committee unless specific items call for a different vote or unless any committee member wishes to record his or her vote differently. I have a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
The minutes of the meeting of the Mortgage Insurance Committee held on June 9, 2016 will be deemed approved, absent corrections from the directors.
Okay, the meeting will move to the Mortgage Insurance Committee program action items. Item 2, resolution recommending the approval of 100% mortgage insurance on an $8,100,000 HFA permanent first mortgage loan to Chappaqua Commons Apartments, 480 Bedford Road, Chappaqua, Westchester County.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This project comprises the development of 64 affordable and workforce units in Chappaqua in Westchester County. It will increase the number of affordable units in a jurisdiction within the county, and as such it comports with Westchester County settlement with HUD. 28 of the units will be affordable to tenants with incomes at or below 60% of the AMI. 5 units will be set aside for tenants earning no more than 75%, and another 5 units will be affordable to tenants earning no more than 90% of the AMI. The remaining 26 units will be market rate units. In addition to the insured first mortgage, there is a $2.1 million, $2 million HFA second mortgage and $4.1 million Westchester County third mortgage. The project is being developed by Wilder Walter Partners, experienced developers of affordable housing, and this will be the 5th HFA loan with a principal amount of $30 million that we have insured for Wilder Walter. The insured loan amount is $126,000 per unit, which equals only 39% of the project's total development cost of $322,000 per unit. So this is an efficient project. The project would break even with a pro forma 9% increase in operating expenses or a 10% vacancy rate.
Any questions?
We'll have the chance to talk about this deal later at HFA.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably quite a bit larger Westchester.
Yeah.
And the resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is recommending approval of mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Chappaqua Commons Apartments, 480 Bedford Road, Chappaqua, Westchester County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 The motion is carried.
Item 3, a resolution recommending the approval of 100% mortgage insurance on a $7,141,540 Bellwether Enterprise Real Estate Capital LLC permanent first mortgage loan for 428 436 West 204th Street, New York, New York County.
This project comprises the moderate rehab of 83 low and moderate income units. 25 of the units are affordable at 45% of the AMI, 22 units at 85% of the AMI, and 35 units at 120% of AMI. It is an HPD PLP project, and in addition to the insured first mortgage, there is a $7.5 million HPD second mortgage, and the project will receive J51 real estate tax benefits. The development entity is controlled by the principals of Lemley and Wolf, and this will be the 17th loan that we have insured for these principals with an aggregate principal amount of $47 million. The insured loan amount is $86,000 per unit, which equals 44% of the project's total development cost of $196,000 per unit. So this too is an efficient project. And the project would break even with a pro forma 10% vacancy rate or an 11% increase in operating expenses.
Questions?
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is recommending approval of mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for 428 to 436 West 204th Street, New York County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
Item 4, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $5,025,000 Wells Fargo Bank permanent first mortgage loan for Jericho Walton Apartments, 2065 Walton Avenue, Bronx, Bronx County.
This project comprises the development of 56 all-supportive housing units, of which 56 will be set aside for formerly homeless veterans and 33 for formerly homeless youths, in many cases, who have aged out of foster care. All of the units will receive project-based Section 8 vouchers. This is a heavily subsidized project in addition to the insured first mortgage. There is a $9.5 million HPD second mortgage. There's $4.4 million from the Homeless Housing Assistance Corporation. The development entity is controlled by Alan Bell, former CEO of the Hudson Companies, who's been in the supportive housing business for the last 35 years. The insured loan amount is $56,000 per unit, which equals only 14% of the project's total development cost of $391,000 per unit. And the project would break even with a 43% increase in pro forma expenses or a 27% vacancy rate.
Any questions?
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is approving mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Jericho Walton Apartments, 2065 Walton Avenue, Bronx, Bronx County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
Item 5, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $693,000 increase from $3,199,000 to $3,892,000 on a CPC permanent first mortgage loan for 603 Pontiac Place, Bronx County.
The amendment comprises an increase in the insured loan amount due to design changes in the building, chiefly a reduction in commercial space, an increase in community facility space, and the project's entrance has been relocated from Jackson Avenue to Pontiac Place.
And a lot of that, the changes were, or at least were as a result of
it-
consultation with the community?
Yes. Yes. So I think when we got this, it was somewhat premature back in April. The new insured loan amount is $156,000 per unit, which equals 51% of the project's development cost of $306,000 per unit. The project would break even with a 15% pro forma vacancy rate or a 25% increase in operating expenses. And HBD has increased the rents modestly to the 80% AMI level. So there's an increase of about $70,000-$80,000 per unit in rents.
Any questions?
I have reservations about this. I've expressed them to Mike. I'm concerned because I really think that it was premature, and I would hope that we don't keep getting increased proposals from CPC. This is not the first.
No, I would agree with you that there is a concern that this got approved in April and it's back already for an increase. And they just didn't do they just didn't do the work correctly the first time. And, you know, we've had this with CPC before. You know, I'm willing to move this along, if only because this really accommodates the community and a lot of the concerns that they had. We should probably have a conversation with CPC, though, to make them aware of the fact that we're a little tired of this.
Okay.
And that, you know, in fact, they may not be seeing these approvals in the future.
What is the regularity of this in your experience?
It happens about once a month. But we do about 50 loans a year.
Right,
with
it's a
them.
lot of loans. Then.
So
In
you know,
your
maybe-
experience, is there a uniformity of the? I mean, they work with all different kinds of developers, so it's.
And this was somewhat anomalous in that it's design changes. It's usually increased construction costs
Correct.
during the development
And it's
process.
usually not 4 months later or 5 months later.
Right.
It's
Usually-
usually after they've begun construction.
Yeah, usually it's a year later, they're in the walls and some, you know, something happened.
Costs have gone up.
I mean, I think the question is, the question we want to ask them, questions we want to ask them is, have they thought about this at all? Because they, they're watching, they should be watching for this too, right? And do they think it's out of proportion with the number of loans that they are making? I mean, if it's, anybody who's built a house or done a renovation knows that you get cost changes, right? It doesn't usually go down either.
Exactly. It never goes down.
Right, exactly. But if it's an issue, we should raise it.
Okay. Any other comments, concerns, questions?
Just the mortgage recording tax was, oh, sorry, go ahead.
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is approving modifications to mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for 603 Pontiac Place, Bronx County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Abstentions?
No, I will vote with the committee, but I have expressed my reservations about it, and I will vote to go along with the rest of you.
Okay, thank you, Marge. Okay.
And the motion is carried.
Item 6, information item.
Last month, the mortgage recording tax was back up to 16 million, and we're almost exactly where we were last year when the total was 189 million.
Okay.
So I think so far so good.
Interesting.
All right, that's it.
Last month
Motion
it was
to
16,
adjourn?
I'm sorry, last month it was 16,
This-
and last month it was.
Prior month, it was 13.
Right,
And
and
the
the-
month before that, it was 16.
Right, and the month, last year this time was,
Virtually identical.
okay.
We're only 3 months in, but
Right.
last year it was 45.7, and this year it's 46.1.
Great.
Okay.
Okay, great, thank you. Thanks, guys.
Motion adjourned.
Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried and the meeting is adjourned.
Very good.
Thank you.